In a deeply impactful decision issued this week, the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled that cities can ban people from camping and sleeping in public places. Advocates for the unhoused say the ruling will make life much harder for those living on the streets. And in her dissent, Justice Sonia Sotomayor argued sleep is a biological necessity and the homeless will now be forced to stay awake or face arrest. Panel ruling was welcomed by a whole host of progressive cities who claim their efforts to control homeless squalor have been limited by rulings in lower courts. Chris, I'm going to go to you first on this. Gavin Newsom put out a statement that seemed pretty supportive of this decision.
Well, if you've been to the West Coast, it looks like camps in Beirut. I've never seen anything like it. The cities are overwhelmed, and this was an Eighth Amendment decision on whether it's cruel and unusual punishment to ticket people sleeping in public. And while I am torn completely on this decision, because homelessness is not what we tend to marginalize this as. It's easy to say that, well, these are people who just don't want to work or they're drug addicts, and that's just not the case in the majority of the situations. These are people who are at the end of their ropes and they don't know what to do and where to go, and we don't take care of them, and so we don't have the resources or the places for them to go, and they don't know what to do. So I don't know where to go with this. I don't want to call it cruel, but the cities don't know what to do with them.
Yeah, and a component of this I think is really interesting is that cities don't have to have an alternative place for them to go, facilities. You know, it's just, hey, you can't sleep there. Thoughts?
Yeah, and I think that this gives the cities more flexibility for them to run. It's not the business of the courts to micromanage this. But we do have a homeless problem, and there are resources available, but you know, like in New York City, they were taking the homeless out of homeless shelters and putting in illegals who entered the country. So we're spending all this money on people coming to the country illegally, giving them benefits, phones, cash, whatever, and our homeless, who are actually Americans, we're not taking care of.
30 seconds.
Yeah, that's a great point. You know, we can go over to Ukraine and we can go over to, you know, places across the water and solve their problems, but we can't solve our homeless problem here in the United States of America, so much so that it had to go to a court decision as to whether or not a city should be able to control what happens in their city. And I don't consider it inhumane to allow the city to have the autonomy over their city.
All right, going to leave